Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down one of the better episodes of Hammer and Bolter, Undercity. While we're waiting for new episodes, we're going back to update some of the older breakdowns in order to fix lore and technical issues, as well as bring them into compliance with fair use. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to take your support a bit further, become a YouTube member or support us on patreon.com/counterpoints. Now, real quick, do you live in New York? Are you looking for something cool to do on January 24th, 25th, or 26th, 2025? Well, boy, do I have a crazy first date for you. The American Vicarious is hosting a wargame and art exhibit featuring a 1/64 scale model of the Capitol. 20 players will be selected to command teams to fight out the events of January 6th. The event is nonpartisan politically, but is trying to get people to think about the gamification of modern politics and ask them the question, what in America is worth fighting for? If you're in the area and want to drop by, check out their website linked down below. They will also be visiting other locations during 2025, so if you're interested but not local, sign up for the newsletter. On to the show.
He said, do you some bloody good, he said. For the record, this was a shit plan and it barely worked.
We have him, don't we?
And a fat lot of good you two were. That armor heavy, is it?
It's over, Renzo. Tell me where Lord Halkenvar is.
Hannibal told. Hannibal told. The great witch hunter isn't going to get his quarry this time. I don't have him. Well, not anymore. And you'll never get him. Not now.
Who has him, Renzo? Tell me now, and I'll ask the High Arbiter for leniency.
You don't understand. You don't betray these people. That's worse than death. That's worse than...
Wait!
Well, he's dead. That was blood magic.
This makes it harder now. We'll have to go down there.
If this turns into some wading through shit grot hunt in the sewers, Toll, I swear to you.
And we're going to need some help. Just promise me you'll keep a level head and a sheathed sword.
Games Workshop denies that Warhammer 40k and Fantasy are linked, but in my opinion, Warhammer Fantasy is in a pocket of the warp. The gods of chaos, death, and order are timeless beings that inhabit the warp, but are locked in a game of chess, also known as regicide, for the souls of mortals. The old world was a single realm acting as a chessboard on which the gods could play. Chaos won this game and destroyed the chessboard. The new realms were created by Sigmar and a celestial dragon to reset the great game and be a host for what was lost. The realms of Sigmar are planetoids in this pocket of warp space and are imbued with magic. They are lost in time, defying the laws of real space, but forged with enough reality to make the great game for souls playable. Once Sigmar reset the board, he made a partnership with the gods of order, destruction, and death. For a time there was stability, if not peace, and the souls lost in the death of the old world found their way into the new. This alliance ended when the god of death, Nagash, ripped a hole in the realms, allowing the forces of chaos back in. Nagash hoped to capitalize on this disruption in order to win the great game for himself, but was foiled by the many other players. For a time, Sigmar had to retreat to the realms of heaven, known as Azur. Many refugees, humans, dwarves, and elves, were under his protection and spent their days planning on how they would take back what they had lost to the forces of chaos and death. It was at this time that the Order of Azur was formed, effectively Sigmar's version of the Inquisition. These witch, vampire, and monster hunters were charged with rooting out agents of death and chaos who may have snuck into the realm of heaven. Sigmar forged his Stormcast, immortal warriors plucked from the fallen who would serve as his warrior elite. The Stormcast were first charged with purging the population of any taint. Great slaughters of those suspected to be tainted by chaos or death put great fear into the subjects of Sigmar. Their god had saved them, but many of their number were slaughtered by his servants to protect the greater whole. Sigmar was a great and terrible god to be feared as much as he was to be revered. The Stormcast were infused with lightning and rage, and these great souls were sent back into the realms to conquer them in the name of their god and people. Their first priority was the Realm Gates. Realm Gates were the pathways between realities and vital to hold if this Reconquista was to succeed. After many great battles against the forces of chaos and death, Stormcast and Free Guild warriors protected workmen as they established great cities, allowing mortal souls to once again populate the realms. Hannover Toll is a witch hunter whose exploits take place a century after the Realm Gate Wars. The characterization in the opening is fantastic, and I encourage you to subscribe to Warhammer TV and go watch the original uninterrupted. Hannover goes to a tavern in the great city of Hammerhall Akshi to recruit a former agent of the Order, Armand Callus. Hammerhall is a Realm Gate city that straddles the realm of fire, Akshi, and the realm of life, Gyren. It is the most populous and industrious city of the realms, as the fires of Akshi light forges of industry, and the gardens of Gyren feed its many inhabitants. Armand was a former Free Guild soldier who helped Hannover save the city of Excelsis from a Tzeentchian cult. Armand is sick of soldiering and sick of the danger of being an agent of the Order, and so he would rather spend what little coin he has drowning his sorrow in tankards of ale. Armand is also furious with Hannover for continuing to employ his ex-lover, Nissa, a thief. Hannover is able to make Armand curious about the case of a missing young nobleman. Hannover has been charged with finding the boy as he is related to the High Arbiter's cousin, and there was no ransom asked for. This gets Armand to speculate about the culprits as Ratmen, also known as Skaven, and Flesh Eaters, a form of vampire, who don't ask for ransoms. Dangling the mystery of missing innocence, a purse for the safe return of the nobleman, and an opportunity to exercise his wasting muscles, Hannover is able to recruit Armand for the investigation. Armand and a couple of Free Guild soldiers are able to flush out Renzor, a local thug who trades with Skaven. I love the details about how an aging warrior like Armand, along with the heavily armored Free Guild soldiers, aren't able to keep up with an unarmored thug like Renzor. I love that once Hannover has Renzor taken down, Armand has to catch his breath and even makes fun of the soldiers for not being able to keep up. The truth is that running in armor sucks. Renzor will not betray his employers, and blood magic forces him to commit suicide. Hannover and his retinue make it down into the sewers, where they find Nissa rummaging through Renzor's corpse. Armand bristles at Nissa joining the party, but reluctantly accepts her, likely a little happy to see his old flame. Renzor's corpse had a sewer key that goes to Hammerstrike Gate by the Bridge of Comets. The investigation continues, and Armand is furious he is getting sucked into a job in the sewers.
It's too quiet.
You'd prefer a racket?
I'd prefer something I can fight. I'd prefer to find the Lord Hockenvarb and get out of this place.
Oh, still afraid of the dark, are you, Armand?
Something up ahead. Close.
How can you tell?
Green means Skaven.
I thought that hammers had driven them out.
Well, that's the thing about rats. They always come back. What drives someone, even scum like Renzo, to trade humans to the Skaven? And why a princely? They're easier victims.
What do they want them for anyway?
Nothing good. Cover your mouths.
now?
Up there!
Sigmar, be with us! It's too high!
Shoot the damn bolt! Try!
Hurry!
The Hammers of Sigmar were the first storm host to be formed and have a sizable force stationed in Azur ready to be deployed where needed. However, they also have a sizable force in Hammerhall, one of Sigmar's most vital cities. They chased out the Skaven previously, but Azur marked, the Ratmen always return. Skaven number in trillions of souls, and for every one of them killed, there are a dozen ready to take its place. They make their homes in burrows of the realms, but through sorcery, they are actually able to tunnel between realities and are therefore a threat to all of the realms. Each Skaven thinks of themselves as more cunning and vicious than their brothers and sisters, and it's only a matter of time before they kill, politic, or are rewarded with a higher station within their society for some great achievement. Few Skaven will live long enough to taste a fraction of the success they dream about in their own minds. Skaven worship the Horned Rat, an entity once ignored by the other gods, but becoming increasingly difficult to do so. His power grows with the teeming masses of his followers, quickly moving from being a dangerous nuisance to a major player in the realms. If you're enjoying this setting and want to slaughter some Ratmen yourself, Vermintide is an incredibly fleshed out and complex game where you get to play as a variety of old world warriors cutting down hordes. I think it's very cool that Hanover has a rat poison grenade, which acts similar to a real world rat poison by being an anticoagulant. I absolutely love the action sequence and the teamwork that allows the party to survive. The Free Guild soldiers die to save the party, and Armand is bitter about their sacrifice. The party is able to put the pieces together. Renzer was killed by blood magic, and the Ratmen seem to be fleeing another force rather than attacking the party. This leaves only one other party who are likely responsible for kidnapping the nobleman: vampires.
So blights. Sigmar damned vampires.
I'm more concerned about those.
Where do you think you're going?
To pick a lock! Got to save you damsels somehow. Go, save your friend. I'm nearly there. Ria Su Shaish. Ria, the deadbolt won't shift. Open it, please.
You always fumble your hook under pressure, Lissa. Remind me to show you how to do that sometime.
I nearly had it. I'm in a hurry. Come on!
Gods. Tom, it's him. Are you hurt?
Come on.
Take your damn hands off him!
Lissa's gone.
Take a deep breath. Gods, all for nothing. We need to take this to the Order. We have to...
Nothing you could have done, Armand. He was dead before we even got there. They all were. We foiled their immediate plans anyway. I'm sorry about Lissa, old friend.
She ran. Again.
She found us a way out. Saved your life.
I know. Though I had hoped...
As did I.
I was sinking, wasn't I? In that bar. Into the mire again. You pulled me out.
No. I wouldn't say so. You were sunk already, not sinking.
I hate you.
Let's go.
When Sigmar rebuilt the realms, he called upon the magic of the old world to do so. This meant that each of the 8 planetoids he created was heavily favored in one form of magic. The pantheon of gods who would look over these realms were divided between 3 concepts: order, destruction, and death. The gods of order were Sigmar, the Eldar and Dwarven pantheons. The gods of destruction were the twin Auric gods, Gork and Mork. The god of death is Nagash, who rules over the realms of Shyish and mirrors Sigmar in many ways. Similar to Sigmar, Nagash was a mortal human in the old world. He achieved apotheosis through his deeds, but where Sigmar won his godhood in feats of strength and bravery, Nagash was a great mage and necromancer. Through powerful spells, he achieved undeath and came to be worshipped as a god. This only fueled his power, which he then granted to others. Neferata was a noblewoman seeking immortality. She drank a concoction derived from Nagash's teachings and achieved undeath, but also an unquenchable thirst for blood. She and Manfred became the Mortarchs of vampires, slaking their thirst on the innocent, converting the useful and worthy, and slaying the weak. When Nagash came to the realms, he reincarnated Neferata and Manfred, unwilling to let go of his favorite minions. They now help him rule Shyish, but their influence spreads much further. Many mortals still crave immortality, especially the powerful. Many mortals are willing to risk the insanity caused by bloodthirst or the physical mutations that may come with undeath. As a result, the Soulblight vampire dynasties of Neferata and Manfred will travel into other realms to recruit allies and spies. It is their goal to break free of the shackles of Nagash, but while they maneuver to do so, the realms may as well be conquered in their and his name. Servants of Nagash are able to call on the undead, and so the party must fight death-rattle skeletons before making entry to the lair. Armand and Callus hold off the horde as Nissa calls upon a dead friend to help her break the lock. Literally summoning her friend's soul from Shyish, the gang is able to break in only to make a grisly discovery. A blood ritual has already transformed the young nobleman. A vampire dynasty wished to convert him and use him to seduce a noble house of Hammerhall into the service of death. Nissa ends those plans with a thrown dagger, and Armand sets the shrine ablaze before they escape. I love Hanover's use of specialized weapons like the flash grenade, and I especially love the exchange at the end. Armand and Hanover share a moment of reconciliation, both wishing that Nissa had stayed with them instead of fleeing. Armand is a reluctant hero, a man who is called to service but who is scarred by it. Hanover is a stalwart hero, a man who will always serve until his dying day. I love this episode so much because in the military and in law enforcement, I have been honored to serve with both kinds of men. Art like this is why I joined the security services in the first place. It's my experiences that make me love and appreciate this art even more now that I'm out. I hope you do too. If you want to support this channel, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for new videos, and comment for the comment gods. Your viewership alone helps me in the algorithm and is appreciated. If you want to take your support a bit further, please become a YouTube member or join us at patreon.com/counterpoints. Check out the other videos on the channel, support our sponsors, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until the end.